Give me 1 second, good people. I just want to make a note real quick, if possible. Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. NJ has been on his class was yesterday, so that's why this is all extra low. Anywho, 1 second, y'all. My apologies. Just wanna, okay. Okay, cool. Let me get this. Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is October the 3rd, 2023, and today the topic is understanding. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Happy Tuesday, man. It feels like it's the end of the week for some reason to me, man, but I don't know. Am I trying to rush through the week so we can get to NJ's birthday? I don't know. But yeah, man, it's just Tuesday. Just Tuesday. I hope that you guys had a wonderful Monday. Mine was just fine. Normal stuff, man. You know, my Mondays are usually kind of slow. So when they are slow, I take a, day of rest / do nothing day. And so that's kind of how it was. I mean, I had some conversations and was, working on some little stuff, that type of thing. But outside of that, it was a day of rest, if you will. So this morning, you guys, I woke up around 1 something. Made a note of that, all of that. But eventually, by the time I started to do the prayer meditation, actually, I don't know when it was. I don't know if it was during the prayer meditation or afterwards or before, but at some point this morning, the word understanding came into my heart and mind. And I feel like I received a word or two for it and whatnot. I even went a little deeper into looking into that song, Understanding. Y'all may know about Escape. I ended up listening to, or no, I didn't listen to it. I ended up reading the lyrics, and that spoke to me. I felt like that was like a love letter from the Lord today for us. And then I even looked into the lyricist. I didn't write down his name, but I think it was Manuel Steele. I forget the middle name, but all 3 names spoke volumes and whatnot. And so maybe in the after show, I'll go deeper with you guys and share that information that I came across with y'all, because I did not write any of that down. But yeah, very, very interesting. I guess study this morning about understanding. So let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. Understanding, the definition, it says the ability to understand something, comprehension. Now, on one hand, as I was writing this down, I was like, I probably should have went deeper because it used understand to define understanding. But I didn't. So if you guys need to do that, maybe go look up the word understand rather than understanding, and maybe you'll get a little bit of a deeper understanding or definition. But mostly I would say that my focus today was on some articles that I came across at gotquestions.org. I went deeper with this search about understanding, and it led me to mostly kind of understanding the Bible as well as God. I got kind of led in that direction this morning when I was looking into the word understanding. And so, yeah, there's a couple articles that I read there. One of them was called "Why is Understanding the Bible Important?" And then the other one was, "Why is it so hard to understand the Bible?" I felt like both of those, spoke volumes to me this morning and gave me some things to think about, and some more understanding. But there was a quote in the second one that stood out to me. And this is what it said. It said, "Sin clouds and distorts our understanding and leads us to twist the Bible to our own liking. I mean, I think that example is all around us. I'm not saying nothing new. I think we've all probably experienced that one way or another, twisting the word of God to, fit our liking, because of how we choose, I guess, to understand it rather than, I guess, seeking the Lord beforehand to say, Lord, let me lay down my biases and my preconceived notions and things of that nature to get an understanding from you. I feel like I've been talking about this. I feel like I kind of talked about this yesterday. But I mean, perhaps I need to double down on this for those that listen to the sound of my voice. Because yeah, I mean, we all do it, we all have done it and things of that nature. But I guess the question is, are you going to do something different? Are you going to seek the Lord and take his word for what it is? What he has to say? Are you going to honor that and things of that nature? Or are you going to continue to twist it for your own benefit, liking, however you may insert the blank there? You guys can let that marinate on your hearts and minds. But here goes some verses that stood out to me this morning to share. Jeremiah 9:24, it says, but let him who boast in this, that he understands and knows me, that I am the Lord who practices steadfast love, justice, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, declares the Lord. I mean, listen, I mean, did I talk about this yesterday? I feel like at some point I shared here on the juice, like, the whole concept again about boasting in the Lord. If you're going to boast, that's what you need to be boasting in. And he's doubling down here to say, this is what you should be boasting in. And then how can we boast if we don't understand him or his word, right? And again, I think maybe we don't understand his word because we don't study his word. We don't get into his word for ourselves. So that's, I guess, the beginning of that issue. And then again, I mean, is there ways to understand God outside of the Bible? Perhaps there's some ways, right? I mean, there's definitely encounters and whatnot that I've experienced that isn't necessarily a Bible related thing, like when I worship, I mean, man, it's in the Bible, but what I'm saying is like, it's not actively me reading it or something like that, or doing a deep dive study, but I've encountered God and things like that. But to truly understand him and his nature and his will, his way, and all those different type of things, we got to get into it, y'all. I'm trying to encourage and inspire y'all every day to do what I'm doing here, study these things for yourself and let him lead and guide you in what he wants you to know and do. I don't know, I'm going to go ahead and share another verse. John 1:1, it says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Y'all, I mean, I guess I kind of got led into this direction because maybe this could be something to start or spark the interest for getting to know him a little better, right? If we have I guess, deeper understanding of the word, and everything like that, and understanding that just what this verse is saying, the word was with God and the word was God. Again, like I told y'all time and time again, man, it took me years, right, to understand just what that meant and things like that. And then even again, the concept of Jesus being God, Jesus being Yahweh, one and the same, all that, the 3 in 1, all that type of stuff. I mean, obviously it might take us all a little bit of time to really gather and understand these things. I know as I was going deeper about, this whole topic today of understanding in general, and I was telling y'all about the different articles that I read at godquestions.org. One of the ones, after I read those two, I ended up kind of going deeper about the concept of like, I didn't write it down, so I probably should have, but I'm trying to think. Like it was about, again, like those that are struggling to believe that it's real, right, and things of that nature. So there was articles that was kind of addressing that, like, one of the number one narratives that's out there these days is, oh, the Bible is, has been changed and all this type of stuff that people say. They have an article about that on gotquestions.org. Again, we can take it all with a grain of salt. I'd say all the time as well, if we need to do the deep dive to figure out for yourself if the Hebrew is saying the same thing that the English is saying, and all of that, like if you have to do all of that to get the understanding, then by all means do it. But if you're not going to do any of that, then stop trying to use it as an excuse to not believe. Because if you're not going to go and confirm the Hebrew or whatever, the original language and all that type of stuff, you're just really trying to find a reason, right? You're just trying to find a loophole or a way of escape, I guess, from the things that the Bible has to say. So really it's a heart issue at the end of the day. It's not what the word is saying. Even if God was to crack the sky right now, like you still probably wouldn't believe. You probably be like, oh, is this AI? Because that's your heart, right? If you're one of those people, right? And no judgment if you are. I mean, I'm sure we all, have been at some point, but I just hope that you have time to work through all of these things in your journey before quote unquote time is up. But anywho, let me share this last verse with you guys, at least the one that I have to share. That's part of the juice, and that is John 14:9. It says, Jesus said to him, have I been with you so long, and you still do not know me, Philip? Whoever has seen me has seen the Father. How can you say, show us the Father? I mean, even the disciples that walked with him struggled, you know what I mean? Even that they had the questions, and didn't fully understand and things of that nature. So you're not alone. You don't have to feel like, or beat yourself up about having a lack of understanding. It just behooves you to, seek him for the wisdom and get a better understanding. Take the time to do that, like, y'all. I mean, I guess this is ultimately the juice today. I mean, if you guys want to, get an understanding about any of the things that I've shared here, or just get to know God more through the word, by getting to know the Bible more and things of that nature. I hope that you're encouraged and inspired to do so, because like I said, that's the juice. Now, the Bible verse of today is Lamentations 3:22 and 23. It says, it is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassion and his compassions fail not. They are new every morning, but great is thy faithfulness. So yeah, you guys, I hope that you guys are encouraged and inspired. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love. You're the leaders of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Let me apologize to my podcast people, because friends, I am going to go a little bit deeper with those that may be watching the live version. So that might be something you guys want to do. Just check us out on godsexandlove.com. Their video versions of this are there, as well as on the God, Sex, and Love YouTube and things like that. Hopefully you guys can tune in and check out the after shows and stuff that I just stay on live a little bit longer when I record. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and look up those lyrics I was telling you guys about, and I'm going to read those. And then I'm also going to share what I found with the guy's name that wrote it. And yeah, maybe a little bit more info. So, all right, podcast people, y'all have a great day. Bye-bye. As for you guys, YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, anybody listening to the sound of my voice, hope that you all are encouraged and inspired. Like I said, I do want to take some time and share that information with you guys that I was telling you guys about. I looked into the lyrics for Understanding. Y'all know that song by Escape. I felt like, I don't know, like as I was reading the lyrics, I really truly felt like, could the Lord be saying this to us today? Let me just do this real quick, yo. Just checking that recording there. And then I also want to give y'all a shout out, or give a shout out to a gentleman that I'm assuming a gentleman that joined our the Love Seekers Society on our YouTube channel. You guys know that we got quote unquote monetized recently, and that added some perks and things that we could add to the channel, like a I'm sorry, I'm not selling this thing right now, y'all. I'm sorry. So many things on my mind. I'm trying to make sure this thing loads, and then I'm also trying to just uh think about all the stuff I want to share with you guys. But I basically just wanted to shout out the gentleman or the person, the user that joined our, Love Seeker Society, our very first member. They are at Morris Homework Music. So thank you, Morris Homework Music, for joining the Love Seeker Society. So yeah, man, I truly appreciate any support in any aspect. It's greatly appreciated. So yeah, man, I had to make sure I do some shout outs, and get those little extra perks and whatnot. Most likely try to get this to him, since this is the first thing that's been recorded. And then most likely, for example, the episode that comes out on Friday, he may have early access to, and things of that nature, by joining the society. So again, man, really cool perks and things that are available if you guys want to support and things like that. I mean, obviously you guys can see down there's ways to support as well. But if you want to support through the YouTube way, then by all means, it is there and available. And thank you to the user that has already done so. Let me just get these things. Let me get this out real quick for the juice, the recorded juice, and then I'm gonna read those lyrics to y'all. But yeah, man, I hope y'all are encouraged and inspired by the things that the Lord has shared with me this morning in regards to understanding. I do feel like, he wants us to know him. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's what I've received. He wants us to know him, and he's done all the things to provide that way and whatnot. And so yeah, we just gotta take advantage of it, right? Again, you got the word, you got the Bible, you got all of the proof around us, you got your own reflection in the mirror. You got a lot of things that confirms God and shows you his greatness and things of that nature. So again, like I said, I hope that the things I've shared today at least piques your interest to get to know him a little bit more. And let me read this little love letter to y'all from the Lord. At least that's how I feel about it. Here go some of these lyrics, y'all. This is what it say. It says, "What I need from you is understanding. How can we communicate if you don't hear what I say?" Ain't that a word? That's already a word. That's just the first line. It says, "What I need from you is understanding." So simple as 1, 2, 3. Understanding is what we need. Listen, these lyrics say, "You don't even know me." Look, the Lord say, "You don't even know me." That's how I feel. Listen, I'm just trying to be the voice of Christ this morning. He say, "Y'all, you don't even know me. You just want to do what you wanted to do." That's not the way it should be. No, you should listen to me. Man, is that not the Lord speaking? I mean, listen, I know y'all probably got the lyric and y'all got that melody in y'all head from Escape. I get it. But these words is preaching today. Anyway, let me go ahead and read some more. It say, "I try so hard to make you understand, but the choices you make." Now, say baby, they're old to me, but I mean, listen, he can call us baby because we his children, okay? So let's just go there, right? It say, I try so very hard to keep our love alive, but you don't want to meet me halfway. Then the understanding dies. Is that not a word? It say, "There's no way that we can work it out if we don't pull together. I don't mean to be demanding, but I want some understanding. I want to be with you." And then it goes back to the chorus. Listen, listen. I feel like, y'all can go on and on, but that first session right there, it spoke volumes to me as I read it this morning. Again, I could clearly hear the heart of Christ in that. Y'all might think it's weird, but I'm just letting y'all know. Look, if I double down on it, so it say that the songwriter's name is Manuel Lonnie Seal. Okay. The name is Manuel Lonnie Seal. Obviously, let's look up in name meanings because, like I said, I went deeper, y'all. I went deeper for y'all this morning. So when I look up Manuel, which I think y'all already can get it, but just in case. So when I look up the meaning of Manuel, it says Manuel is short form of Emmanuel, and y'all know what Emmanuel mean, right? It means God with us. Even the lyricist's name is preaching today. Okay, his middle name is Lonnie. Let's look that up. So y'all think I'm crazy with this, but y'all can go deeper about like all of these different type of things. You know what I'm saying? Like words, names, things, numbers, all that type of stuff. The Lord be preaching and speaking, and we just be whew. Lonnie. The name meaning for Lonnie says ready for battle, noble lion. Listen, y'all don't have to believe that this is a word, but it was a word for me. If it ain't for you, then it was just for me. Then, the last name of the individual that wrote that song, according to the Google search I just did, it said Seal. And now Seal is out. You know, you can look up the name meaning of Seal as well, but I'm gonna look up the definition because I felt like the definition was speaking. Seal says a device or substance that is used to join two things together so as to prevent them from coming apart or to prevent anything from passing between them. So not only did y'all receive a word from the lyrics of the Escape song Understanding, y'all just received the word from the lyricist, the person that wrote the song, his name. And listen, I didn't need no confirmation this morning, but if you did, there it is. So anywho, I hope y'all are encouraged and inspired. Y'all go deeper on y'all own about all these things. Y'all can go confirm all these things yourself and make sure I read these definitions and stuff right. Because again, y'all could be thinking I'm sitting here making some stuff up. I just literally looked up definitions just now in front of y'all. But you know, by all means, go deeper for yourself and you know, get an understanding. And like I said, that's the juice. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. And I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow if the Lord's will. Bye.